Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, apologizing to you, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, that yesterday my whole cricket video could not go through because of some system glitches, which something that I don't have any control over, unfortunately. But here I am back to narrate the tale of an incredible victory by India over Pakistan, starting off the World Cup campaign 2022 in an absolute flash here. With a last ball win over Pakistan by 4 wickets. What a magnificent win that was. And India, especially considering that this was the starting block for India, especially in the World Cup, and going on to beat Pakistan, and such a game of high magnitude. And what a last ball victory! What a last ball over, the final over, 16 runs required. And Mohammad Nawaz, it was everything was happening in that particular over. It was Hardik Pandya's wicket. There was a no ball, and Kohli immediately, with all his cricketing intelligence and presence of mind, immediately asked for a no ball because he had sent that high ball thudding over for a six. The umpire signaling it a no ball because of the height which ball went over the waist. The Pakistani team was not happy about it at all. There was a bit of needle, not real needle, but definitely they were disappointed. And then we saw Mohammad Nawaz losing his way in pressure first, and then he picked up Pandya's wicket, then losing his way there. He was under immense pressure, bowling a wide, then a free hit hitting Kohli's stumps, and Kohli actually running for the run. Mohammad Nawaz was questioning the umpire, but as you know, in a free hit, you can't get a wicket, even though he was clean bowled. And then finally, more drama. Dinesh Karthik, the finisher, getting out stumped by Mohammad Rizwan. And then it was electric. People, the commentators, and everyone at the ground were thinking whether we are going to have a super over. Ravichandran Ashwin had to walk in, absolutely knew he might have been under tremendous pressure, but I thought he really, really kept his cool. And he was the one who was at the receiving end with the final ball. And Mohammad Nawaz, in that particular pressurized over, in the final over, bowled a wide. Probably he was trying to bowl a ball probably just inside the tram lines outside the off stump, but in fact ended up being a wide, and that gave the extra ball to India. And we didn't go to the super over thanks to Ashwin keeping his cool, and just moving away and chipping the ball over the mid-off region, and going for the victory run. And what a knock from Virat Kohli. King Kohli, take a bow. 83, what an innings. I mean, such a capital innings he played under the circumstances. And we know Kohli, and that's a big news for India, considering that India in the World Cup, and that is Kohli in absolute form here. He showed his classicism, he showed his strokes that he is known for, keeping his cool, and those 2 sixes that he hits off Asad Rauf, I think, was the real turning point. 1 over long on, a slower delivery, picked it up and deposited it over long on, and then a flick which went over the square leg for another six. 2 consecutive sixes by Virat Kohli, the bowling of the best bowler from Pakistan, Asad Rauf, and that really came as an absolutely. I think Pakistan would have been absolutely stunned by that. And Asad Rauf is someone who has been playing in Australian conditions. He knows the ground very well. He plays in the Big Bash League. That's how he actually made his progress into international cricket. And here comes Asad Rauf being clouted, not clouted basically, but hit for 2 sixes by the experienced campaigner Virat Kohli. What a knock from Virat Kohli, King Kohli, making 82 not out of 53 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixes, and India won the game. So I'm going to take you down to the excitement. 48 runs required of three overs, and considering that the Pakistani bowling with Shaheen Shah, Afridi, and Asad Rauf to bowl, but probably Pakistan, one does not know whether it was. I will talk about that. I was really thinking as to whether Mohammad Nawaz should have been bowled out initially, but Babar Azam probably taking a cue from probably the last match where Hardik Pandya, the final over, as you remember, the Asia Cup, he took them to victory, and Mohammad Nawaz was the final over. So, but again, I think that was a cardinal blunder, but one could not call it. It's very difficult for the captain to decide at that end. But let's look at the 18th over. There were 48 runs required of the final 3 overs for India to go over the line. And it was Shaheen Shah Afridi who was bowling, and Kohli placed the ball. Now one could see that Shaheen Shah Afridi was a bit rusty coming back. But I don't think that would be a reason, because he did well in the warm-up games against Afghanistan. And here comes Shaheen Shah Afridi. What a shot from Kohli, hooking Afridi for a boundary. And that was over. That was the 18th over. The 17 runs were taken, and all the runs mostly came from Kohli's bat. And so end of the over 18, 17 runs were scored. India were 129 for 4 at that stage. And now the equation was coming down to 31 from 12 balls. And it was Hardik and Kohli in the middle, and Rauf had bowled 3 good deliveries by keeping India to just, I think it was just 2 runs that just kept India to. And even in the 4th delivery, Hardik took a single. So Rauf was bowling excellently. The equation at that particular time, if you look at it, was 31 of 12. 4 balls had gone for 3 runs. And so it has only come down to 28 runs. So 28 runs still required. And we are in the 19th over. And Kohli, what a knock. I mean, he gets a ball, which is a length ball, probably coming higher. I mean, in fact, the ball was actually climbing. And Kohli, with his wonderful technique that he has hit it straight back over the bowler's head for a magnificent 6. And then the final ball, to add insult to injury, Kohli just flick of the wrist, and the ball sails over the fine leg boundary for another 6. And this is something that Asad Rauf has never tasted. Asad Rauf has always been a bogeyman for Pakistan, but today it was not, as Kohli showed that Asad Rauf could be handled like this. And what a shot that was. I mean, not Asad Rauf, sorry, I'm extremely sorry. We are talking about Haris Rauf here. And Haris Rauf, I would have been absolutely stunned, because, as I said, he has great connections to Australia. He began his international career. He forged his way into the Pakistan team with his performances in the Big Bash League in Australia. MCG is almost like his home ground, one could say, because he has played the Big Bash League for that particular team there. I think it's a Melbourne Stars, if I'm not wrong. But what a knock. And now the equation was 16 runs for the final ball. But the one advantage that India had was that because the Pakistan had run out of its resources, because they had bowled out all the bowlers, Babar Azam was forced to give the ball to Mohammad Nawaz, the left-arm spinner. But India, one would have fancied the chances with 16 runs. 16 runs is something, I wouldn't say it's very easy, but considering that the quality of the batsmen were at the crease, it was Hardik Pandya and Virat Kohli at the crease. And also Hardik Pandya, we know how he can play spin. And he also has the previous record against Mohammad Nawaz in the Asia Cup. But to the utter chagrin of the Indian fans there, Hardik, 16 runs required, the first ball. I mean, it was all drama in the final over, as I said. The MCG crowd was absolutely packed up. There was a huge crowd assembled. MCG was chock-a-block, and everybody, everybody were glued to the game as if they were stuck to some gum there. And Hardik Pandya, of the very first ball, attempted a big one, and that's it. The ball went into the high, and also before this Mohammad Nawaz over started, it was very interesting. Mohammad Rizwan, for a spinner, had taken his pace somewhere where he would be actually standing for a pace bowler as a keeper, and that was pretty surprising. But probably they had a sort of plan in hand, I suppose. And Hardik Pandya was a goner of the very first delivery caught by Babar Azam. And now 5 legal balls remain, and still 16 runs to required. Karthik, the new batsman, the finisher, walks in, and he gets just a single. So Kohli's back on strike, and that's the good news for India. And that's the third delivery coming from Nawaz, and Kohli gets a couple of runs. And now the drama really begins. This is the fourth delivery that Mohammad Nawaz, the left arm spinner, is bowling to Kohli. The ball is tossed up. It's a full toss. Kohli has sent it crashing for a six. Now the ball is waist high. Immediately appeals to the umpire and tells him it should be a no ball. Pakistani team is not happy, but the ball has gone for a six. And up comes Rod Tucker's decision that yes, it's Virat Kohli is right, since he claimed that, and that really talks about Kohli's real cricketing intelligence and the presence of mind at the time to really pick it up that this was a ball which was a waist high full toss. And immediately Tucker agrees, and Tucker again, Pakistani fielders are not happy. They go and talk to the umpires, and there is a lot of drama in the center. Now 5 runs of 3 balls required. Nawaz bowls to Kohli, and Nawaz, under extreme pressure, bowls a wide delivery. Now the equation comes to 5 of 3. More drama there. And now it's still anybody's game as Kohli stays there. And now Nawaz, as I said, was getting under extreme pressure. And this time he bowls, no, not pressure. This particular delivery, as I said, it was because of that ball which he bowled, a wide delivery. It was a free hit. And in a free hit, as you know, a wicket can't be taken. And Kohli is clean bowled into that particular sweep shot that he attempts. And Pakistan think they have taken the wicket. And they are all surprised that Kohli and Karthik go for 3 runs. And now Pakistani fielders are not happy. But now they go and talk to the umpire about this. And umpire says it's a free hit and the batsman can't be out. So real scenes there. And definitely not needle, but definitely the Pakistani team is not at all happy about it. And then there is another drama in the 5th delivery. The finisher, Indian finisher, Dinesh Karthik, at the age of 37, is gone. He's coming down the wicket to play the sweep shot, and Mohammad Nawaz is very quick on his feet. He has stumped Dinesh Karthik, and Dinesh Karthik is gone. And as I said, now we are coming to a situation where scores are tied and there is one ball remaining, and it is going to be Ashwin to go and face that delivery. Now see the pressure that can build on a bowler with such a huge crowd and such heavy drama happening at the center. Nawaz bowls an extremely wide delivery to Ashwin, and there was 2 runs required, and we are all talking about a super over. The commentators are thinking about a super over, and everybody are thinking what is going to happen. And Nawaz totally disappoints the Pakistani fans by bowling an extreme wide, and India are the beneficiaries of that as the final delivery is coming, and everybody's eyes are on Ravichandran Ashwin and the bowler Mohammad Nawaz. Nawaz bowls this delivery angling into the stumps, but Ashwin, with a very, very cool, I would say, demeanor, he just moves away and chips the ball over the mid-off. And there is ecstatic scenes there at the center. Kohli is pumped up. He's pumping on the ground 3 times and saying, we have done it. And Ravichandran Ashwin, definitely credit. It's not easy coming into such a big scenario like this. But yes, Ashwin definitely has experience that we all know. But as I said, it's not easy with a huge crowd there. And there's such a chock-a-block MCG at the G, as we call it, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And it's a really, really a very happy occasion for India. And especially considering, as you know, it's a festive occasion for India. It's the Diwali time, as we call it, the season of the festival of fireworks. And definitely today we had this fireworks coming in from King Kohli, as King Kohli made 83 and he held the innings together for India in the company of Hardik Pandya when everything was dropping for India. And Virat Kohli, what a knock from Virat Kohli. King Kohli, take a royal bow. He's not out on 82 or 53 deliveries. He had 6 fours and 4 sixes in that knock. And what a knock from Virat Kohli, taking India home. And as I said, India start off the 2022 World Cup campaign in an absolute flash as India go on to beat Pakistan by 4 wickets. Congratulations to India. And I'm sure the Indian team will be celebrating a very happy Diwali tomorrow. and congratulations to them. Pakistan, well, I'm going to just go and now just do a sort of a sneak peek on the India Pakistan game. First, I have to tell you that the India was definitely the toss was very vital, and India the luck of the coin went India's way. Rohit Sharma winning the toss had no hesitation in putting the Pakistanis into bat, and the Pakistanis, I have to say, we know Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam are the kingpin opening batters there, but what a spell of bowling! The ball was swinging, absolutely swinging. The ball had bounced and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Arshdeep Singh used the conditions magnificently. They used it to their advantage. Arshdeep Singh was an absolute song, one could call. In fact, the first over that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar bowled, I think there was just one run taken. And then Arshdeep Singh coming and swinging the ball in only the way he does. And what an occasion for Arshdeep Singh playing making his debut in the T20 World Cup and picking up wicket of the very first ball that he bowled to Babar Azam. Straight, he was pinned LBW, the very first delivery. It was swinging in and it was all over as it hit Babar Azam on the shin, and Babar Azam was walking back to the field, and that was a big wicket for India. And then Mohammad Rizwan was also done in by Arshdeep Singh. It was very clever, and that's the reason Arshdeep Singh is a very clever thinking bowler. That's what he did. He set up Mohammad Rizwan nicely and then tucked in and it slipped in a bouncer, and a bouncer that was head high. And Mohammad Rizwan went for the hook shot, and there Kumar was placed right there for that, and that was Harshdeep Singh. And for India, taking Mohammad Rizwan, for any opposition for that matter, taking these 2 wickets of Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam is a big victory. But then it was Shan Masood who really, really did a wonderful job holding the innings together. But he got some good company from Iftikhar Ahmed, who came there. As I said, the ball was swinging. There was good bounce. It was not easy. There was a revival needed. And I thought Iftikhar Ahmed and Shan Masood did a wonderful job, put up a very good partnership. In fact, it was yielding, I think, 74, 76 runs for the good, I suppose. 91 was the third wicket went. So Iftikhar Ahmed was in smashing form. I mean, he took full toll of the spinners. And definitely I have to really give credit because, MCG ground, it's a huge ground. And to hit those sixes, I think I would give credit to Iftikhar. He used all his power and timing to crash the ball over the pickets. And that's what he precisely did. A knock where he really understood the situation. He came in, settled down, and then finally went after the spinners. And what a knock from him. 51 of 34 deliveries, 2 fours and 4 sixes. Shan Masood did a very good job of holding the innings together, chiseling in an unbeaten 52, staying till the end of 42 deliveries with 5 boundaries, and it was direly needed. And after that, there was nothing to really talk about. Sharab Khan was out for 5, Haider Ali 2, Nawaz 9, Asif Ali 2. Shaheen Shah Afridi played an absolute cameo, hitting 16 of 8, and he went after Arshdeep Singh and put him into the crowd. 1-6-1-4 of 8 deliveries. Rauf, who is almost like a local boy in Australia playing for the Big Bash League, would have been very, very happy when he hit the very first ball that he received for a 6. And that was the story of Pakistan. 159 for 8. And the bowling was superb. Arshdeep Singh, 3 for 32. A massive investment that India has put in Arshdeep Singh is paying rich dividends in the T20 World Cup. Kumar, 1 for 22. Shami, 4 overs, 1 for 25. Did an absolutely splendid job there. Pandya was excellent. He was hitting the ball into the deck, extracting the bounce, using the bounce. And, Pandya is always a thinking bowler. 3 for 30 for Hardik Pandya. Ashwin, 3 overs, 1 for 23. Akshar Patel, a solitary over where he got smashed by Mohammad Nawaz for 21 runs and never bowled in the match. As far as India were concerned, we have always talked about. India had a dreadful start like what Pakistan suffered with KL Rahul once again succumbing to a soft dismissal where he played on to a delivery from Naseem Shah. Naseem Shah beating him for pace. He was gone for 4. Rohit Sharma was done in by a very good delivery from Haris Rauf. Now again, this is a wonderful catch taken by Iftikhar Ahmed in the slips, just a nick, and it was not a very confident shot from the Indian captain Rohit Sharma, a tentative poke at that, and it was grabbed by Iftikhar Ahmed. It slips. And Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar came and immediately imposed his presence, hitting 2 boundaries. But then Surya Kumar Yadav was got a delivery where Haris Rauf actually cramped him for room. He was trying to probably ramp it over the keeper's head, but he only managed to get a nick onto it. Mohammad Rizwan pouching it behind the sticks. He was gone for 15. And then India did a very interesting move. And the interesting move was to promote Akshar Patel into the mix. I was wondering, but as Rohit Sharma in the press conference alluded to, the reason that they put Akshar Patel because it was the power play was coming to an end, and they wanted to try their bet because they knew that Pakistan will actually go in and thrust their spinners on, and they wanted Akshar Patel. But unfortunately, I definitely would say Akshar Patel was run out because of Virat Kohli, because Akshar Patel was going for the trend, and probably one thought that Kohli could have made it to the other end with his swift running, but Kohli stopped mid-pitch, and that put Akshar Patel in a real tizzy, and he could not gain his ground. And Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam combination had got Akshar Patel run out for 2. Hardik Pandya came in, and this was India in an absolute bind at 31 for 4 after the power play overs, and now it was a matter of Virat Kohli and Pandya taking it together because, as you know, it's only Dinesh Karthik who was left, and recognized batsman. And what a partnership that was. From 31 for 4, Hardik Pandya coming in, just trying to nurdle the singles, take the twos. Virat Kohli, we all know, is a good runner between the wickets, and both of them had a good understanding, and they were not, attempting anything big. But then, as slow like how Iftikhar Ahmed settled for Pakistan, Pandya settled down, and then they suddenly took it on. In the particular phase of 11-15 overs, India ransacked 55 runs, and that was an interesting moment there. And the score, and that was a partnership which yielded 113 runs to the good for India, which is the winning partnership. And Hardik Pandya and then got into real top gear. In one particular over, Mohammad Nawaz, Pandya started if clubbing a 6. Kohli joined in clubbing another 6, and Hardik Pandya clouting one more of Mohammad Nawaz to get 20 runs of a single over in that particular 11-15 over phase. And then we all know what was the story which I narrated to you. This is what happened, and it was it was definitely one would say that Pakistan definitely had a chance. But again, as you know, the pressure really takes the and let's talk about Virat Kohli's knock. What a knock that was! I mean, he came in, reined himself in, understood the situation with all his experience, guided Hardik Pandya through, and then finally guiding India to victory. And the shots that he played was all of the Virat Kohli that we know. And that, as I said, that is the great news for India, that India not only have started off this campaign with a World Cup victory, and that's over in a high magnitude game versus Pakistan. So that will give ounces of confidence going in. I think India can't have much greater news in the World Cup than Virat Kohli running it form. We all know he has a good record against Australia, but going and Virat Kohli getting into a top gear here, I think is the best thing to happen for India. And I really feel very optimistic about India's chances by seeing Virat Kohli the way he played. I really won't be surprised if with this form that Kohli plays, India might well be in that finals on November the 13th with the other opposition. Well, dear fans, and yes, India also deserve credit, even though it was a very close game. I think India we should give credit, even despite Jasprit Bumrah being not there. India have put it across Pakistan, and that's another big victory for India. India will feel totally confident now in the remaining games. So opposition, watch out. And it's a big boost for India as far as the 2022 World Cup is concerned. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, as the concentration was all in this particular match, let's talk about one game that happened previously. That was a game between Ireland and Sri Lanka. Ireland, who made it to the Super 12, as you know. But Ireland had absolutely, they really struggled at the Belgrave Oval in Hobart against Sri Lanka. They could muster King Harry Tector with 45 42, 2 fours and 1 6. And Paul Sterling at the top of the order, making 34 of 25, 4 fours and 1 6 included. The bowling for the Sri Lankans, the spinners did a good job. Tikshana 2 for 19, 2 for 25 for Hasaranga, and 1 for 13 for Dhananjay De Silva. Laidu Kumara 1 for 12, 1 to Binura Fernando, the tall left-arm bowler. But Sri Lanka, absolutely a walk in the park for them. They also, not only getting this victory, they also had a very good net run rate because they won the match in 15 overs. And Kushal Mendes at the top of the order, the opener, is looking in some great form, and that's great news for Sri Lanka. Not out on 68 of 43, 5 fours, 3 wickets, 5 fours, 3 sixes, getting the man of the match award. De Silva was out for 31 of 25, 2 fours, 1 6. Sri Lanka was there till the end, 31 of 22, not out, 2 fours, and it was all over. Josh Little of Ireland, one would have probably expected he's their main strike bowler, but he leaked 45 runs with 4 overs, and that was not something that Ireland would have wanted, defending such a low score. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it's all over as far as today is concerned. That's on a Sunday. With big congratulations to India, but my commiserations to Pakistan. But let me tell you one thing, that we had an absolutely, I don't know what to say, it really took one's breath away. I could just imagine the feeling that the MCG crowd would have had it at the center, just witnessing it absolutely live. So definitely, I think we had a great game of cricket. India won it, but Pakistan was so close to it. But this is what India-Pakistan games can be all about. And this is what the crowd is wanting. We want excitement here at the center. And this excitement was at its brim today at the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Now, we go on to tomorrow's matches. Tomorrow there's a slight forecast of rain. There's a forecast for rain. And there are 2 matches that are happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, South Africans are taking on the neighbors, I would call the South African neighbors, Zimbabwe and South Africa clash. Zimbabwe have never won over South Africa, but South Africa would be favorites. But again, Zimbabwe, as you know, they've been doing well. They have got into the Super 12 for the first time ever in their T20 World Cup history, which is done well. And the other game, which is going to be there, it's Netherlands who are taking on. I'm just going to tell you which team they are taking. I'm just going to see the schedule here so that I can tell you they are taking Bangladesh. That's going to be interesting. Bangladesh will be taking on Netherlands. Bangladesh have not had a very good T20 record, but this would be their opportunity let us talk about one thing, that Bangladesh has a battery of pace bowlers, tall guys, Abadat Hussain, Khalid Mahmood. So they have some good pace bowlers in the mix, Daskin Ahmed. So probably the Australian pitches might suit them. And probably tomorrow, it might be probably Bangladesh, but Netherlands will be definitely aware about all this. And they would try to probably prey on Bangladesh, because Bangladesh have not won a lot of T20 matches this particular year. So we have a nice thing coming up tomorrow as far as the World Cup is concerned. The matches are going to be played at Hobart, at the Bellerive Oval in Hobart in Tasmania. And Bangladesh are the ones who have said that they are very familiar with the conditions, because they played against New Zealand in Christchurch. So they say that the Tasmanian conditions in Australia are probably akin to what they are, and it might be right. It is pretty cool out there in Hobart, and we should have some nice 2 games coming up tomorrow. Well, having said that, that really brings an end to this Cricket Happening show of mine. I'm looking forward to your company once more when I'll be back with my cricket report on cricket happenings on those 2 matches. Until then, this is Ram signing this off on a Saturday. Thank you.